Have you ever wondered what it is like to be a VFX content creator for FXhome? Well, if you have, then you're in luck because today my special guest is exactly that. Welcome to Live with Sensei. I'm your host, Jay Haynes for the Film Sensei channel. We are streaming to you live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch TV. And my special guest is Tom Cowles, who is a VFX content creator at FXhome. So basically what that means is he gets to sit around and play with HitFilm all day long. And you know what? We are going to talk to him about it.
Hey!
Welcome, Tom. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me on the show. It's great to be here.
Well, it is delightful to have you. I'm going to throw out, before I have you tell everybody about yourself, I'm going to throw out an easy win question for everybody. Sure. You know how FXhome does all these little skits and scenes and shots where they do these VFX things, right? Really cool and awesome VFX shots. And what I want to know is, what is your favorite one? What is the one that you go, man, that was really cool, boy, I want to be able to do that? Tom, do you have a favorite FXhome skit that you were involved in?
Oh, that I was involved in?
Yeah.
I mean, most recently,
we're not involved in. I don't care.
I have a very top tier list. I think that most recently the Zack Snyder or the Zach Allen tutorials of like the Justice League have looked fantastic. I love how they've turned out. I think one of my favorites is actually the invisibility tutorial. It just jumped straight into like this scenario where me and Javert turned each other invisible, and that was just a lot of fun to shoot, and just me and Javert bouncing off each other and having a giggle with it as well. Then before my time, I think it's like Assemble, Ollie having trying to be the Avengers. That was a great time. What about yourself?
Oh, I have to say the one that you just did where you threw the FXhome logo like a throwing star at the young lady was great. What a nice effect that was. It was beautiful.
That time, like Zach Allen, like knocked that one out of the park, and then Javert as well for shooting it. Like we had the references up as we're going through the thing, and like we had aperture lights that we could remote control and make the settings down. We did high speed. It was really fun to shoot and just be a part of. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering, did you guys put a fan underneath her because her hair kind of flung when the thing goes by her and stuff?
So to Sarah, our actress for the day, to her left, Javert had a giant reflector and just like swished it down.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's smart. That's pretty cool.
I'm there on the phone because these lights that we were using, that you could use your phone for it, like, and remote control it. So I'm sitting there with the dial, flickering it like randomly to be this lightning, while Javert is fanning the reflector.
Nice. Oh, that's very cool. That's pretty sweet. Well, let's see what everybody says here. Speaking of Javert is in the house.
Hey,
there.
Buddy.
Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Mike says the Iron Man HUD. The Iron Man HUD. I got to say that the cyborg thing that you did was pretty. That Zach did on you was pretty good too. That was sweet.
That was
Al says assemble. There's the one you said, right? The Iron Man HUD. Dafter things, Tony. Mike says, but my favorite FXhome media is still I've got a great idea for a film promo. Best ad for a VFX product ever. Yeah, that was fantastic.
I still talk about today in like our promos. Or like we're brainstorming right now for like a couple things that are coming up, and that is always talked about to be like, we want to recreate that magic that we had. We want to get to that level again.
Boy, that's great. That's fantastic. Let me see. Anybody else have a your favorite FXhome skit or your your favorite FXhome effect that they've put up on the YouTube channel Let me know what it is. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Tom.
That's always a question I don't know how to answer, but yeah. So hi, I'm Tom. I am the content producer for FXhome. So that is exactly as Jay has mentioned. I get to play in HitFilm for most of my day, and yeah, I'm responsible for creating marketing material for our Instagram, YouTube, and anything else that you may see going out live, and yeah, also helping like brainstorm mainly the YouTube channel, and that's you know, the best way that we could possibly show off some of these effects.
Oh yeah, that's great. How cool is that? You're just gonna hang out and play with HitFilm all day.
Yeah,
He says, I like the promo with a flying saucer landing in the field.
that is, I've got an idea for a video, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. That was one of them, or something. One of the ones that were like that. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that was I've got a great idea for a film. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the one that Simon did with the helicopter. You know, where the guys are getting on the helicopter and they're shooting and stuff. That was a pretty slick video because he really composited those guys that were on a green screen into a model of a helicopter that was, you know, getting ready to take off. That was a sweet shot.
I think Halo jump as well is something that like we don't talk about enough. Like Halo jump is probably one of my personal favorite masterclasses where I saw them. I was just like, wow, these guys are incredible.
These guys have it going on.
They have it going on. I should send them an email.
Yeah. Yeah. Rebellion. No, that's a good one too.
That was fun. Yeah.
That one was fantastic. Yeah. So you were like, I'm going to send these guys an email. I want to work there.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. That was from way back. That's how I got involved. But yeah, might touch on that later.
So tell me a little bit about what you did before you were at FXhome.
Okay, so I've been making videos and little sketches for YouTube and stuff since I was about 15. Had a little, you know, just a video phone and just like making stuff, and then turned into a camcorder that then evolved into a DSLR and went forward. So I've been making stuff for a while. I went into advertising as a camera operator, went to uni and studied. And my career's kind of just snowballed into this thing. And one day I just kind of felt a little bit lost, didn't know where to go or what to do with myself. And then on a chance, just sent FXhome an email, and that got me. You know, I had a coffee with Kirsty, probably the best person to listen to, because she met me for a coffee, sat down, just went, what's up? Are you okay? Here's all the things that we can do. And then a position opened up a couple months later, and here I am. Yeah. Wow.
That's pretty cool. So you have a website, right?
I have a website. Yeah.
Yes, you do. And it is tomcowles.com. And
me.
let me throw that in the chat. Anybody who's interested in, checking out his website, that's it. There are all kinds of really cool stuff. I've looked through it all week. I've been watching his work, all the different things that he's doing, these music videos and breakdowns. And these are commercials, basically, or as you call them, promotional materials. Some behind the scenes stuff, some really cool simulations that were done in Houdini and probably other stuff, but
we can't mention
and even some tutorials here that I mostly Houdini tutorials. Again, tell me a little bit about your experience with that.
So with Houdini, it was mainly from. So I did a degree in technical direction for visual effects, was the official long-winded title. And it is essentially going through the pipeline of like how films in Hollywood currently do their thing, and like learning a couple of tricks, the motion capture scenarios and stuff like that. And I had never done 3D before. and the first thing I'm learning is Houdini. So,
Wow.
it was, but I went in with the mindset of like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to learn everything. So I spent a good part, probably like 3 hours a day, and religiously every day, trying to like learn more and more, follow a tutorial, and then learn that the best way to kind of learn something is to try and tell other people as well. So like, you know, you take what you know, and then you tell someone else, like explain it to them so it's very clear. And that then turned into the tutorials I was just going into. And again, because I was on the radar after talking to Kirsty, it was then like, oh yeah, no, this makes sense. Hi.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you're a self-taught Houdini guy.
Yeah, YouTube is a wonderful landscape, as proven by FXhome. Yeah, like, you know, we can. There is so much out there right now that if you want to learn anything, you can just give it a quick Google search and you'll find it. That's the wonderful. Or you go into forums like the FXhome forum, where there's all that information there that you can just immediately ask people that are trying to do the same thing that you're doing and probably have, I don't know, they may have more experience. It's like, great.
Yeah. Yeah. In my case, I always have more experience. So let me tell you. Let me see. Javert says, thanks, Tom. I spent 3 months locked away working on the Halo jump.
Oh, why? And why? I bet it would take Javert 2 weeks now, if that. Nah.
Yeah. But I remember talking to Javert during that time, and he's like, "Man, I am just working like a dog on this thing. It's so cool, but man, is it some serious work?" Rebellion had a real Star Wars feel to it. Yes, it did. Imran Khan, good to have you, sir. Good to have you. Here's a question for you. Bill asks, do you still have the Spark?
Do I still have the Spark?
The drone.
The drone? Oh no! Oh, so where I lived when I had it was on this beautiful farm and meadow. I was surrounded by open fields everywhere, so I could always fly it up. And the Yorkshire Dales weren't too far for me to drive from, so it was perfect. But where I now live, if I try to take it anywhere, it bleeps at me, and we went, nah, you're too near an airport. So unfortunately, I don't have the Spark anymore. But I have the Spark version of the drone flyer.
Oh, what a bummer.
Yeah,
that's too bad.
Yeah.
Hi, Frank. How you doing? Good to have you. Phil, glad you're here also, sir. And let me see who else is in the house here.
Many familiar faces, and that's really nice to see. Hey,
Farrah, good to have you, Farrah. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. So you started working for FXhome basically because you got in touch with them and said, hey, you know, can I just come and visit, and and then when they needed something, they came back to you and said, boy, we like what you're doing. How'd you like to work for us? So how did that happen?
Like I mentioned, I was doing my degree at the time, and I don't know what was going on. I think they were doing sales, and we were doing bigger things. And just to share the load, contacted me just saying, do I want to do tutorials on a couple regular basis? And while I was away, I was working remotely. I kind of just threw in a couple of tutorials every now and then the full-time position came up, and I started. I think I handed in my stuff, and then the week after I started at FXhome. So I was just like, yep, cool, I'm done. See you later, guys. I'm jumping in. I've got some work.
That's fantastic. How cool is that?
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm very, very lucky to be where I am now.
So Coast to Coast Drones is here, but also Bill is here too. Both of them. They're the same person, Phil does this to me when we do a vote on something. He tries to double dip on votes, you know. So just so you know, he's a cheater. He's a cheater. Phil says, if I learned anything in the past number of years, a good supportive community of familiar faces makes such a big difference.
Amen.
Without any question about it. So what is it like to work at FXhome? You can tell us the real skinny now.
You know what? I'm this is going to come back to everyone. Like, Kirsty's going to double up my workload because my job is so easy to make there, and the dev team are great.
Don't say that.
It's true. We it's so easy to make them look good, and because they're so talented and able to create these wonderful things. Like we had a meeting recently where they're showing us a couple of things that they're working on in the background, and I'm smiling like a Cheshire cat. Like I had this grin on my face where I'm just like, this is amazing. We have to show this off, and that it's gonna be great when everyone sees it. I can't wait to see everyone's reaction to that. And then the same thing is like, if I get an idea for like, okay, let's do this cool skit, or like, how about if we do visual effects for an upcoming movie, showing them to Javert, and he just goes, got it. Yep, fine. Leave it with me. We'll shoot this and we'll make it look like that. And it's like, yeah, cool, great.
That makes your life easy, doesn't it?
Like, and, you know, I've come home a couple of times, and my fiance, who's like, how was your day at work? It's like, oh, you know, being Batman today was really hard.
It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, you know, there's a difference between it's easy to do and Javert makes it look easy to do. You know, I mean, it's, you know, yeah. But it is easy for you, you know. Yeah. Hey, I look good on camera again today. What can I say?
Thanks, Javert.
We're doing a collaborative short film in the HitFilm community, right? And you know, Mike Miller sends me these FX shots, and I'm like, this looks fantastic, you know. And I'm like, this is so easy. I told my wife, this is great. All I have to do is just sit back and watch everybody work. You know, it's awesome. You know. And they're doing all the hard work. This is great. And the submission, the story segments are pouring in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these are fantastic. You know,
film. Like I had no idea that you got what. So tell me the premise.
Well, what happened was that we were having a live stream, and Chris George from Australia, Solo Samurai, threw out in the chat room a random comment of, you know, we should do a collaborative short film, you know, in the community. And I was like, yeah, we should. And my guests were like, yeah, that's a great idea. So I said, all right, I'll put a thing in the forums, and, you know, we'll see where it goes. And it just kind of rolled from there. And we decided to go with a Quantum Leap parody, right? So that way everybody could submit a story segment, and then we could just have my main character, you know, leap in to each of the stories and do a whole story in 2 minutes, and then here's another one, and so on and so forth. So that's how it started. And so now the story segments that people have made are coming into me, and I'm like, I'm going to look fantastic when I put this thing out, because I know what it's like to be a producer. I can take all the credit for everybody's hard work. You know, it's going to be amazing. You know,
that's incredible. I genuinely, that's the first time I'm hearing of that, and I love this. If there's any way that I can get involved, let me know.
Well, we'll let you know if there's any work that needs to be done. I'll throw it your way, because I'm not doing it, obviously. I'm just kicking back, taking all the credit, really. You know, so, but these story segments coming in are like, oh, this is fantastic. I'm just loving this. So, all right, let's check our chats here. I want to point out that, you know, HitFilm University is here, and so is Triam as well. So thanks a lot for both of you being here. Appreciate that. Wait a minute. I saw a question in here. Oh, let me see here. What was the question? I thought, oh, that's going to be a good one. Let's see. I can't find it, so maybe not. All right. Maybe I thought I saw a question in there, but I didn't. I thought I did for sure. Oh. This is the problem when you run everything on your own. All right. Zach is in the house. Great to have you, Zach. We were just talking about you, but it was all good. I promise.
Yeah, I promise. I was bigging you up.
Yeah. It was the recent tutorials that Zach has done have been unbelievably fantastic tutorials. And I mean, it's not just like, oh, I learned something. It's like, I just learned 20 things, you know? Yep. I mean, really, I have to go back and write all these things down now, you know, because there are so many amazing things that are in this one tutorial that can be applied to, you know, 12 different projects that I'm working on. You know, this is incredible.
We had the talk of, because he did the Doom tutorial not too long ago, and we had the conversation about that, and you know, we had the talk about like, okay, is this going to be too much for you to do the worm, and like it's pretty big, mate. It's like, don't worry, absolutely fine. Yeah. Honestly, I'm going, I hope he's okay. I hope he's all right. Delivery. Wow.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Yeah. Like, this guy.
That's it. Frank asks, how come we're not wearing our HitFilm shirts?
Oh, I was told it was Hawaiian themed.
Oh, is that?
Oh, you know, it's like, whoa, chilled.
Yeah. So they have merch? What? So what happened there? Tell us all about it.
The t-shirts?
Yeah, there is. Go ahead. You want to tell them, or you want me to?
You can tell them because I don't know about it.
So
I don't have one.
The new HitFilm logos have been in the works for a long time, and but they only recently released them last Christmas, several months ago. They had all these T-shirts made up with the new HitFilm logo because they were planning on releasing that before, and it didn't happen. But they said, hey, we would like, as a thank you to the people who are the ambassadors and moderators and stuff on the forum, people who really help out a lot, we'd like to send you a Christmas gift. And so they sent us all these T-shirts. And if you watch Frank's newest video, he's wearing his T-shirt in that video. But we all really appreciate it. And I should have worn my T-shirt because now we're allowed to wear them because of the,
like, I'm like, oh no, maybe I should have.
Yeah. That's right. So there it is. Mods and ambassadors got T-shirts for Christmas. That's what it is. This is camouflage Hawaiian.
This is my, I blend into my environment now.
Yep. That's right. Tony says, what would be great is FXhome suggesting improvements and making effects to match or outdo the ones in the video. Yeah. Well, that would be great. I think he's talking about our collaborative thing.
Okay, yeah. Well,
that would be wonderful.
Yeah, when it comes out and stuff, well, like no doubt we're gonna see it. We're gonna check it out and everything. I think this is definitely something that we'd love to be involved in. I think.
Yep. Phil might have had something to do with the shirts.
Oh, thank you,
possibly.
Phil. Yeah, I remember this now. Yeah, it's all coming back to me.
Yep. And they're so soft. Yeah. Actually, Phil was the one that made sure the distribution here in the United States happened for those of us who are here in the States. So, yep, for sure. Let's see. What was my next question for you? I don't remember. How about this? If you have any questions for Tom, ask away in the chat. What were you going to say, Tom?
Oh no, I was jokingly saying that I am an open book. So yeah, ask away.
Ask away. Ask any questions that you have of Tom. Let me ask you a few icebreaker type questions, okay? Just so we can get to know you a little better. How's that sound? Who is the most famous person you've ever met?
Oh my god, my mind's gone blank now. What's his name? I made him a cup of tea. Okay, I've stand a couple of. I've been in the room with Ridley Scott.
Oh wow!
Which was that was a fun one. What's his name? He's in Jude Law. Jude Law.
Oh,
I've made a cup of tea for Jude Law.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Both of which were at my. So I had a small period where I was running at Pinewood Studios. So I was during a couple of things, and so there was Jude Law where I made a cup of tea for him while I was doing voiceover work in the sound department, and then I was within the room of Ridley Scott for Exodus: Gods and Kings.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that's I haven't, so maybe not met, but I've encountered. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right, we got some questions in the chat. Starting with how about this one? How goes the Mysterio project?
Lockdown definitely got the better of me. So just to bring some people up to speed, I set a project out for myself to remake the Mysterio illusion scene from Spider-Man Homecoming. It's incredible. Far From Home. Sorry.
Far From Home, yeah.
Yeah, it's an incredible sequence, absolutely fantastic from Framestore and ILM and all sorts. But I thought I could do this in Blender, I feel, and HitFilm and do it for like no money at all. And I did manage to get probably a quarter of the way through. Mm-hmm. And then lockdown and quarantine kind of started getting the better of me, and I became very I felt like most of my hours was spent at my desk. So I kind of had to step away, just went, no, can't do it. It hit my deadline of the end of the year, and I kind of washed my hands from it and just went, okay, I've done what I can. I'll probably release something soon, maybe. I may return to it. Who knows? We're now coming out of lockdown. So
yeah. Okay. Yep. I remember when you were talking about it. And I had forgotten all about it, to be honest with you. So
all right. That's been fun.
Phil asks, considering every project you've done at FXhome, which would you like to see a continuation of?
Phil, you ask the best questions, man.
That's why we keep him around.
Dude, Rise of the Dark Side. Rise of the Dark Side. I loved working on that for one, but also because it was a trailer, it opened itself up to so many possibilities. That could be, and the Star Wars universe is so much fun to play in. That's definitely something I'd be up for. And we had trickles of Rebellion in there as well, so we could make it a trilogy at some stage. That'd be fun. Yeah, that
would be very cool. All right, Imran Khan asks, where do you see FXhome in 5 years from now?
Dude, that's also a good question. Okay. Where do I see us in 5 years' time? I don't know where I'm going to be in next week, but yeah, 5 years' time. I like to think that we're still doing what we're doing, where we're constantly creating new things for our users to be able to use, and anyone access high quality film production and VFX and keep pushing that, still providing to good causes like we're doing with Pay What You Want. And I think just keep doing what we're doing. And I'd be happy, as long as we're still going that extra mile, we're making all you users happy and going for it.
Awesome. That would be work for me.
I I was going to say, like, where would you guys like to see us in 5 years' time?
There you go. Put your answer in the chat. Where would you guys like to see them in 5 years' time? Let me see. Zach asks, what would be your dream project or VFX shot to work on?
Oh man. Okay. I think my answer is unfortunately very sad because you guys have been working on them. It's like the Justice League and the Avengers, those super. Oh wait, no. Okay, sorry. My mind went into like I would love to do like a end game scenario, right, where everyone's kind of like coming together. Maybe it's the FXhome community. Who knows?
There you go.
To that scale where it's just like that is cool. A lot of work, but going into something that just makes everyone feel like, you know, to give that feeling of, yeah, I'm a part of that, you know?
Yep. Well, Zach does work for The Expanse, and The Expanse is one of my son's favorite television shows of all time because it's such a reality-based science fiction show, and he loves that. My son wants to be an astrophysicist when he grows up. So I would love to do a project that is in a reality-based science fiction project like The Expanse, or like maybe Arthur C. Clarke's Rendezvous with Rama or something like that. You know, that would be my project for sure. So, all right, Mike asks somewhat facetiously, that thing from the beta that we can't talk about yet, when's that coming out? Kirsty was not amused with that either, so don't answer that question.
And yeah, I feel like I'm going to be a good boy and not say anything.
All right, here's actually a very good question. With HitFilm evolving year by year, do we need to upgrade our computers as well? Mine's about 4 years old with the highest specs for that time.
Now that's one that I'm not very technically able to answer. But I mean, should I try and tackle this and get myself into
representing the company, of course, officially?
You know what? I'm going to respectively say, cannot comment.
I don't know, but I would say that you can't expect any. You can't expect. A software that comes out in 2020 to run on a computer that is a 1995 computer. Yeah, and so at some point you are going to have to upgrade, and that's the point of it. That's the idea of the technology is pushing forward, and the software behind the technology is using that to push forward also. So
yeah, I think that there is that leap in tech and being able to keep up with everything. It's all, I can't remember what it's called, but no, yeah, you put it far nicer than me.
Any cool new features like particle simulator coming out?
There are so many cool features now coming out, and like I said, we had that meeting recently with the dev team. They're showing us what what they're working on, and yeah, I was ecstatic and very eager to tell you guys, but I can't. So yeah,
that's right. Why is the sky blue?
No, I was gonna go into a monologue. I will hold up. I mean, I see trees of green. I see skies of blue. I see. No, I've forgotten the lyrics.
It was going to be so perfect too.
It was going to be great. I said, "Oh, damn."
Here's a serious question. Can you still work on your own projects outside of FXhome? And if so, what do you have planned?
Absolutely. The guys are so supportive of like us doing our own projects, and like they're inquiring all the time. We now have a weekly check-in with the team where we're saying like how are those personal projects getting on? What are you up to? But before lockdown as well, we actually had a day dedicated to working on those things. So which was really lovely and like amazing to do. So I had a couple of things going on in the background. So I had my Mysterio stuff, and now trying to pick up 2 short films I've been sitting on for a while. So
wow. That's pretty cool.
Well, one of them, that one, which is my crime scene board, as you can see. I've been sitting on that for about 18 months now. So I am now at the point where I'm just like, no, I can't think about it anymore. I just need to do it. So yeah, it involves like camera track AR and animating and a couple of new things. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Wow, fantastic. All right, what are the Waveform asks, what are the top 3 effects in HitFilm that you often use that you couldn't work without?
I couldn't work without. Oh man. Okay. Chroma Key. I feel like we do a lot of green screen stuff, and Chroma Key is so powerful, so simple to use that it just makes our lives easier. Like when we can't find a good location to work in, then gonna green screen it, and we know it's gonna work, and we know it's gonna look great. With that, I guess there's light wrap to help that blending, but I'm going to say like Chromatic Aberration is like a really fun one to play with, and I know Javert will be very happy from that answer.
And Zach too, he likes the Chromatic Aberration effect. So yeah, I mean, it's like we're going to add a Chromatic Aberration effect, and then we're going to add this and this, and let's add another Chromatic Aberration effect.
Yeah, but I'm also a big fan of the. Oh, hang on, what's he saying?
He's saying, fun fact we learned last week, Tom and I are completely opposite.
Yeah. Sometimes it's visible in the way that we prep for new projects. Yeah, I think that me and Javert, like, I think we work well. We work so well together. Like, and I know that he's in the chat, so he's obviously going to call me out and be like, "No, we don't. What are you talking about?" But no, I think there's that wonderful balance of like how we come across problems together and how we plan for the shoots, like going through everything. Because I'll race through all the problems that could possibly come about. I'll show Javert those references, and then I'll just go, "Yep, cool, I've got it. I know what to do." It always looks great, and then I think some problem will come about, and then I'll be able to come in with like, "Yeah, we can gaffer tape that," and then it's problem solved. That's like the outside the box thinking. But no, it's always been like an absolute, since day one, like it's been a pleasure working with the guy. Yeah, you're in there. You're in the chat, mate.
Is Simon still working with the team?
Simon is. Yeah, we have him on a rolling contract. Obviously, he's busy doing his own things at the moment and like raising a family and things. But like with Christmas, he came aboard and he helped out, and I think that's yeah, like we definitely want to have him popping up a lot more frequently.
Yeah, and he doesn't work for FXhome anymore, but he still contributes and does things from time to time. Yeah, like last Christmas.
Yes.
So,
which was great.
Yeah, which was really cool. Yeah. All right, how about this? What's the hardest part of filmmaking for you? That's another Phil question. Phil asked a good question.
Working with limitations.
I thought you were going to say working with Javert. I don't know why I thought you were going to say that. I'm so sorry, because Javert is the nicest person you'll ever meet.
Probably the hardest part is working with the limitations. So like, I love the pre-production stage of any project, any skit that we're working on, because my mind races through everything that we could possibly do. And then you have to go through the filter of limitations where it's like, okay, I want to do this, but you have one day or you have two people and you need to be like, okay, how are you going to make it work with those limits in place? It's a really fun part. Like, and if you love filmmaking, you will love that challenge. But that is like the hardest part for me sometimes, because my mind goes into the best possible scenario, and then I have to like draw it back. Like,
right.
Yeah. I think that there's so many times where I'm just like, but we could do this amazing thing, and Javert will have to be, just breathe.
Just have Zach do it. That's what I would do.
Yeah, we got him now.
He can fix it in post.
You can fix it in post. Like, that's what I say every time. Zach will fix it in post.
Yeah, piece of cake. Let me give you Tom's website one more time here.
Oh, hello.
Post that in there. There it is. That's his.
Thank you. Yeah, no, this is pleasant.
There, I even put it up here. Website has all kinds of information. You can also get in touch with you through your website, right?
You can also, there's also the FXhome Instagram and messaging. I'm on the forum as well. The entire team are actually on, Instagram and stuff. So please do find us, follow us. Kirsty, Ollie, Javert, and Steve and Hannah, they're all incredibly creative people, and they're just putting out so much wonderful content as well. I'm going to shout out. I feel like I need to shout out the entire team, but find us. We're all on Instagram making this wonderful stuff, and it's a creative. They are good people. You can find your Instagram and your Twitter feed and your YouTube channel and all that stuff on your website. So that's the easiest way to find that. Here's another question. Where did Low Comet come from?
Low Comet is an anagram of, it should be Low Comets, but it's an anagram of Tom Cowles. So there was a point where I was just like, I'm a bit bored now. So I came up with the anagram, and it just kind of to me, that sounded cool. That sounded kind of VFX-y.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. How about that? That's very cool. All right, I'm going to show you a video of Kirsty and I talking, and I want to confirm or deny this. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Myself don't make stuff for social media promotions because I'm not a designer, but we do social media promotions, and we love to have a bit of creative brainstorm about them.
Yeah. Well, and you're in charge, so you just go.
That's exactly what I do. Yeah, there's no words involved. It's just.
That's what Javert told me.
Yeah.
All right. Is that true or not true?
I mean,
is that management style?
Yeah.
She's going.
I think the brainstorming process is a lot of fun. We giggle a lot in our I think we normally schedule them for about 45 minutes or so, and they tend to go on for maybe about an hour and a half because we just start giggling. We all get giddy about what we're talking about and going through, and then throwing these ideas out that we all just kind of go into. It reaches that hour mark, and we kind of go in. So what are we
gonna do? That's fantastic. Well, it seems like it's a really wonderful group to work for.
It's incredible. I've never worked with such wonderful, warm, and welcoming people. They are so supportive. It's a true pleasure to work with them. And I miss, being in quarantine and stuff. It's really difficult. You want to go into the office, you want to talk to everyone, just be able to grab anyone and go film things downstairs. It's incredible.
That's pretty cool. And I know you guys do stuff outside of work, you get together and, which is unusual. Most people don't want to see the people they work with in their free time,
Oh, we can't get enough of each other, It's just constantly. Well, I mean, we're on Warzone quite a lot. Me, Ollie, and Javert, we're having a Call of Duty Warzone game. So yeah, we're pretty tight.
That's pretty cool. What do you credit the work environment there that is so wonderful? Why do you think it is? I
think it's the intentions. Everyone's very everyone
does this because they love it. Like, and you can tell that. I think that's like when I had that initial meeting with Kirsty and we got that coffee, like we went back into the office, and just from like walking through, you can tell that everyone loves what they do. Like, and it just radiates off them. So from like the dev team, like what they're doing, they're encouraged to create what they want to do and improve what they want to do. Like the marketing team as well is kind of going into, right, what would be the best thing? What we're going to feel? What do we want our users to feel and enjoy? And how can we make them feel like they're a part of something? And I think that is it as well. Like you feel like you're a part of something, like, which is, yeah, it is the best feeling. And then on top of that, you know, if you get like my job where you get to dress up as Batman and a Stormtrooper, job's a good one.
That doesn't hurt. All right, here's a question for you. Frank asks, Fruit Loops or Cheerios?
I'm so sorry. I've never had Fruit Loops. I have only had Cheerios. So
that's pretty easy to answer.
Process of elimination.
I'm a Cheerios guy. I'm a Fruit Loops guy actually myself. I'm sorry.
What are Fruit Loops like? Just describe.
They're like fruit flavored, sugar filled Cheerios.
So are they Fruity Loops?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
They're like Cheerios, but they're covered with sugar and fruit flavor. They're delicious. They're delicious. I think they're delicious anyway. How about a lighting master class? Phil asks Phil.
Yeah. I love Phil.
Thanks, Phil.
A lighting masterclass would be a lot of fun. I think like a cinematography, filmmaking and stuff. We do have a filmmaking 101 on our website as part of our masterclasses. But yeah, I think a lighting and a cinematography approach would be really fun to do. And also it's something that me and Javert would enjoy creating as well, which is also.
There you go. Phil has worn his welcome, I think. He says totally though, because I need it.
Oh no, your stuff is incredible, dude. Like
yeah. I totally, absolutely. Let me see. Cheerios though, terrible, sweet flavored sugar, sweet.
Cheerios.
All right. Here's your question from Mike.
Okay.
Given that God is infinite and that the universe is also infinite, would you like a toasted tea cake?
Is that a reference to something? Yes. Yeah.
I'll have one.
I do love a toasted tea cake. I don't know if this is a trap.
Don't ask me, but Phil is seeing himself out. All right, I have a question for you. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah, go on.
All right, here you go.
Okay, I'm going to divide the viewers right now. I
have my finger on the remove button, so just so you know. If you answer wrong.
So I grew up on Star Wars. Star Wars was the thing that got me into filmmaking and visual effects. You know, I remember watching those VHS tapes till the very end, past the credits, and then it went on to the behind the scenes. It's amazing. I've never seen Star Trek.
You've never seen Star Trek? All right, you could stay. You could stay because I'm a Star Wars guy. So
be with us all.
There you go. So now we know. This was actually, you haven't watched a lot of my show, but in the first season, this became a running thing.
Oh, okay. Right.
Every guest I posed this question to, and then we ran a tally for the whole year, for the whole season, to figure out what was our, and Star Wars won, but just like barely. I mean, like it was like 49-50 or something like that. It was crazy how close it was. But that was because, you know, some people, and I don't want to mention any names like, Coast to Coast Drones or somebody like that, was double dipping and triple voting. They were logging in under different logins so they could vote more than once and that kind of stuff. And that was fine with me as long as it was Star Wars. But if it was Star Trek, then, I wasn't going to have any cheating going on. That wasn't going to happen. All right. How about this one? Godzilla or King Kong?
Oh, King Kong. King Kong. I no hesitation on it. I feel like in the fight, Godzilla probably trumps him. But I love me King Kong.
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet, but my son and I are Godzilla fans, and my wife is a King Kong fan all the way. So we got this running war going on in our house right now over this. So
I was going to say we were getting on really well. I felt a good vibe going, and you ruined it now.
That was a good question. Godzilla or King Kong? That might be our new question. How about this one? Filmer or Blender?
Oh, I'm
Filmer.
Filmer.
All the way. You better believe it. Filmer is Frank's special rewrite of Blender for HitFilm users.
Oh,
if you didn't know that, so if you didn't know that, Frank has rewritten Blender specifically for HitFilm users, so you could build an entire scene in Blender and then export it into a HitFilm composite shot, bring it into HitFilm, and everything is where it belongs, where it's supposed to be. It moves the way it's supposed to move. It's brilliant, and it's like, oh my gosh, where has this been my whole life? And it's super cheap. It's like you can buy it for $17 or something like that. I own it. I've bought it myself. Mike owns a copy of it. He's paid for, we're paying customers of this thing, man. It is worth the money to buy his
send me a link. Go onto the forum, find me, send me a link. I'm gonna tinker with this.
Yeah, you should. It is here it is. As Greg says, the greatest project on earth. Here it is. almycgi.net. That's a pretty good name for a website.
I can remember that one. Yeah.
almycgi.net. That's where it is. Yeah. So that's a good one though. Filmer or Blender? Filmer all the way. The Filmer is Blender on steroids for HitFilm users. So it is unbelievably wonderful. Fabulous. Fabulous.
As well, I kind of want that on the marketing material.
and if you go to almycgi.net and take a look at some of the stuff that he's done there, it's incredible because he can do render passes. You can do render passes in Filmer and bring those in, and you can do more render passes in HitFilm. And when you combine them all into one beautiful, I mean, it's like astonishingly fantastic stuff that you see. It is really, really, really impressive. In fact, Gray Motion just put out a video yesterday or today, this morning or last night, with a helicopter. And I mean, oh my gosh, it is spectacular. And it was Filmer HitFilm project. So, whew, beautiful, wonderful stuff. All right. This is cool. It is cool. All right, we are getting down to our last 6 minutes here. So, and I know it's late where you're at. So I know, you need your beauty sleep, right? That's what your fiance said. Anyway, man, he needs as much sleep as he can get. Boy.
He keeps wearing these Hawaiian shirts and a wool hat. It's very weird.
Yeah. So we don't want to keep you over. And I'm gonna go lifting weights with my son here after we're done here shortly. But I want to give you a chance to say anything you want about FXhome, about HitFilm, about, the people that you work for, and so on and so forth.
I feel like, the majority of you know of FXhome and HitFilm. I just feel like, keep with us, poke us, talk to us. Just throw more messages our way because, we want to hear from you guys more than anything. And if we're doing content that you love and you
you're liking, then let us know, and we'll make more of that stuff. And we just kind of want to show off what amazing stuff that we're doing, and also make you guys happy at the same time. So if there's a way we can overlap that, winner.
Well, can I throw in my request? More Zach Allen.
More Zach Allen. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, write that down. Pass that on to the powers that be.
Yes. I mean, he was already in my plans, but
so you can take credit for it now.
I can take credit for it now. Viewers. No, I think there's definitely going to be more. Just more of everything. I kind of want us to keep making the amazing stuff that we've been doing lately, and keep upping that bar. So you guys are like, wow, every time. And one day, hopefully, we don't. But I don't want to break Javert and Zach either. I don't want to hate me.
Well, these Zach Allen tutorials have been wonderful. Wonderful. And how about this one? We're overdue for an Axel tutorial.
Yeah. We need to get Axel more involved. We need to get Simon Jones as well. Yeah.
We need to get Axel off the manual for a week. That's what we need to do. You know, he spends all his time writing or rewriting the manual every time you guys change something.
Sorry.
Yep. When I was building my absolute beginner's course on HitFilm Express for Udemy, I basically read the manual from cover to cover, right? Wow. To build the course. And so what happened was that every time I would find something and I would go, I don't think that's right. So then I would send an email to Axel and he would come back and go, oh, you're right. They changed that. And I missed that. And then, I'd write him another email, and after about the fourth one, he's like, what are you reading the manual from cover to cover? I'm like, yeah.
Bedtime reading.
What the heck is wrong with you? How come Kirsty doesn't do tutorials?
Well, I would like her to do some tutorials and she's so busy now. She grunting at us, as we pointed out. But no, she's incredibly busy, taking on more and more. But I would love to see her host a tutorial sometime soon.
How about Mike Miller tutorial?
We need him involved too.
I don't know why that guy over at HitFilm University thinks he's so good. That Mike Miller character, I don't know.
BM's pretty good.
There you go.
There it is. Yep.
And he replies to himself.
Bring across.
Mike is special. Very special. Mike is coming out with a Quantum Leap tutorial on his HitFilm University channel. So check that out. The teaser for that is up, and I helped him make the teaser. It's the most work I've done on this entire collab since it started. I had to actually film myself, so and then send it to him. It's tough work, I'll tell you.
That's the one thing that I found from quarantine is really filming yourself is really difficult.
Yeah, it can be.
Especially when you don't have a monitor or a flip screen. I don't know how I used to do it or anything, but I'm now finding it progressively more difficult. Especially Blackmagic as well. There's no flip screen for that. Yeah,
that's right. Well, you just have to fake it. And then you watch it and you go, oh, that's not
okay.
And so then you go, maybe if I film this in 4K, then I can just crop to where I need. That's usually how I end up doing it, because then it's like, as long as I'm somewhere in the frame, I'm probably okay. Well, this has been a wonderful chat, but it unfortunately has to come to an end because it's that time already. So I really appreciate you being on the show. It's been wonderful.
I appreciate being on the show and having the invite. This has been fantastic to get to know yourself a bit more as well. Yeah, and everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here. Remember, everybody, this is the finale of season 3, and we will be back in the fall for season 4. At least that's our plan. But this is it for season 3. So everyone have a great summer, and we will look forward to seeing you in the fall. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.